Hey, so today we're going to look at my audio build in my 1996 Ford Explorer Eddie Bauer edition. I've been working on this build for like 7 months now, and over the past I've probably gone through $7,000 worth of equipment, and by that I mean started with the cheaper stuff, got some better stuff, but now I'm at a point that it's a solid build and I'm ready to show it off a bit. So here we go. So now we're going handheld from here in, at least for a bit. So get in, everyone wants to see one of the crown jewels at the start. It's a Clarion head unit, VX400. It served me well. I've actually had it. It was the very first thing I've ever put in. So here I'm gonna turn my car on. USB tucked in down there. Put that in myself. One of the many things. It's very, very handy. And for those who like an auxiliary cable, I have one in the glove box there. I really like this deck. It's worked for me great. As a head unit, there's nothing too special about it. Also down here I have a little hint on what I actually have in the system. Rockford Fosgate PEQ. If you know anything about Rockford Fosgate, you'll know what this is. It's a very wonderful piece. This button here is for my driving lights. I'll probably might show those off in a different video, but that's it for up here. I'm going to take you out under the hood now. So under the hood here we have just a stock alternator running to Optama yellowtop D34. That's, I think it's a 55. Sorry, yeah, it's a 55 amp hour battery, dry cell AGM. You must have one of these batteries for doing any type of serious audio build. It served me well. You can run it right down. There's no liquid in it. Yeah. So I have the 1/0 running to the back, 1/0 ground down there. Nice and sturdy mount. Just all the regular car stuff, we're using the top terminals, and the audio is using the bottom two here. I actually have two of these batteries. I have a second one in the back that I'll show you in a second here. Down here we have a fuse block. I have a 200 amp fuse in there, I think. Yeah, 200 amp, and it just runs through the firewall there. And that's it front of the hood. So following our path down power distribution, we come in the back here, and I have a half farad capacitor, which is one of the things I bought when I was first starting out. I did my own mounting kit on it because the crappy plastic one that came with it was horrible. But having two batteries and running this large of an amp, this size of capacitor won't really help, but I've kept it because it's worked as a great distribution block. Yeah, you can only see copper there because it's the ground, and I thought I'll get to it one day, but it didn't happen then. Yep, so I've got 2 runs of 1/0 and 2 runs of number 2 welding cable is what I use to do my builds with here. And that's my distribution block. And this voltage display here comes on whenever it sees a difference of, like, it changes half a volt. So if I were to start the car, it would come on and tell you your voltage. It's kind of nice. So that's power distribution. So now we're in the back is my second Optima battery. It's the same one as in the front, a D34, 55 amp hour, cold cranking amp at 175. It's done well, and I sometimes take it out when I need the room and I'm not playing heavy. And coming off it, I have 2 runs of 1/0, well, obviously 2, a 200 amp fuse, and right here I have an Anderson connector, so I can take it out really nice. This is used for usually forklift batteries, usually around 24 volts, but it works perfectly for this. Got that at Princess Auto. It's sometimes hard to plug in. Let me get it here. There you go. And I guess I'll move on to my amps real quick here. So now to look at my 2 amps. They're both Rockford Fosgate Power Series, constant power, 2006 ES certified. This one is a 604. Don't know if you can see that, but it runs my 4-door speakers. And I've ran wire. I don't use any of the stock harness. And since we're talking about that amp, in the doors, since I don't have them apart, nothing too fancy, they are fully sound deadened with Wierd's premium sound deadener. I did that myself. Actually, I've done everything myself. I probably mentioned that earlier. But they're just running a 6x8 kicker. I think the CX series. They're on the cheaper end, but they still do 75 watts RMS. And I'll buy better speakers when they die. But here, yeah, got the 4-channel RCA. Wired's premium stuff, that was like $100 because I had to run alongside part of my factory harness, which wasn't good. Then I have number 2 shoved into these amps because, well, I had it and they take number 4. It works out well. My remote line, that's a very beautiful amp. And then for the bass amp, I have a T1000BD, another constant power amp from Rockford Fosgate. Just got this one, which is why I wanted to build this video. Running the same thing, got the PEQ plugged in right here. Then running my 2 P3 15s, dual 2 ohm voice coil subwoofers off of these. So the amp sees a 2 ohm load. It has a burst sheet around 1400 if I'm not mistaken. Then walk around the back here. I built this box. It's 3/4 inch particle board, and inside there is a little bit of crap, what is that fluffy stuff called? Can't remember. But anyways, they've done me really well. They're nice and worn in now. That's a good thing. P3, they handle 600 watts RMS each, so I'm pumping about 700 into them. And they do me very well. And so that's the whole system overview. Actually, I will walk you around this side real quick and show you some of my wiring. All my signal cables came up this side of the car from the deck. All my power's on that side. And then they come out under here. And I've got some extra coil here, here. And that's what it looks like under here. Not horrible, but not professional. It still is nice. And one thing is, because these amps are so heavy, and I wanted to be able to always have my seat folded up, I can lift this up first, it doesn't matter, and rest it there, and put the seat up, and it locks in, so it's still a usable seat. Back here, so this amp didn't rub here, I made this little stopper, which some people might call a little tacky, but it works out well, keeps them from jiggling around a whole bunch. And those are the 2 amps, 2 15s, aftermarket door speakers, second battery. So let's get to a little music playing here. It's better than before. I'm very happy with it. I've gone through my fair share of Sony Explode amps, Kicker CX series amps. That one did me okay. One Clarion amp. I finally am really happy with these ones. So I'm going to play some music here for a while and hang out, see how hot that amp gets, and see how low my batteries get. And see if we can get any people from up there to come down and say hi. I doubt it though. See you in a bit. So the result on the temp test, rocking up for like half an hour here, the amp only got up to 122 degrees Fahrenheit, so yeah, I can still touch them, but So here we're going to look at our burst sheets. This is 604. 715 total at 4 ohms times 4 is 109. That's what I'm running at, is 4 ohms. I did not set my gains properly because my door speakers are only 75 watts each, so I could easily kill them with this amp. So I'm being quite reluctant on that, but that's the burr sheet. Here's the 1001. It is 1515. That's a pretty good one. I'm running it at 2 ohms, so I get about 14,000, excuse me, 1400 watts. But yeah, that's the burr sheet for that.